Tell me the story of Jesus. Write on my heart every word. Tell me the story most precious, sweetest that ever was heard.
The story of Jesus. What an incredible story. It's a story that once it grips our lives, it will totally transform our hearts. The more I hear the story, the more I sense His heart. His heart. A heart that beats for others. A heart that will take us beyond the four walls of our church. A heart that will give us a passion to be like Him and to take His story out to the people who so desperately need to hear it. His story has led us to see the 20,000 cars that pass by our church every day. Every car is filled with a person or persons who ought to know but may not know the story of Jesus. God has given us the vision of seeing a new digital sign which we're installing today, and it will be in place by assembly time. It will enable us to tell the story in a bold and colorful way. Along with the announcements that must be proclaimed, we desire to tell the truth of the Word and speak the Word into the lives of those who pass by daily. His story has led us to nursing homes, to care for the elderly. It's led us across the street to Edison School to touch the lives of countless boys and girls. It's led us to the VA to care for veterans who live at the long-term care facility there. It's led us to a clothing ministry. It's led us to support the Women's Care Clinic in Danville so that those unborn babies may be saved from the tragedy of abortion. His story has led us to His Word. Over 50 people in our church have read the Bible completely through from January to this day. It's led us into small group ministry so that we can connect with others and be discipled ourselves. We went from one group averaging 15 to 8 groups averaging 50 to 60 each week. His story has led us to new families and led new families to our church. One family came directly because of the reading of the Bible in 90 Days program and because of relationships with several in our church. They came because of a desire for an intimate relationship with God and for fellowship with other believers. They came from another tradition which did not emphasize a personal relationship with God or even reading the Bible for themselves. God has begun to work in a mighty way, and now they are seeking God's will for their lives. And in their upcoming marriage, Tori and John are a marvelous example of the fact that there are people who are hungry for God, and if we respond eagerly and tell them the news, the good news, one conversation at a time, one small group meeting at a time, they will respond. His story is finally connected with a lady named Ruth, a lady who's been in our church for many years, but only recently has had the witness of the Spirit that she is a redeemed child of God. I baptized her a few weeks ago after she gave a stirring testimony of God's grace. His story has been active in the lives of so many in our church. Some are enduring great trials, but God is giving great victory, and one day I'll be able to tell those stories. The story of God is alive and well at Danville First. My prayer is that we will be so closely connected to His story that we'll go where He sends us and find those people who will readily respond to His good news.